What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. As promised yesterday, I did just receive back from Collector Archive Services 8 modern Star Wars Vintage Collection mint on cards that are beautiful, and I thought we would take a quick look at them. I'm not sure if this will upload before our live stream in about an hour. As a reminder, in case I do get this thing up, we're doing a live stream on the Blacked Out Ewoks' YouTube channel at 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and 8 p.m. United Kingdom Time. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first one is the closest I will ever get to owning a mint-on-card Yak Face. So they call him Salt Murray, which I need to go back and do some research on that to find out why they call him that. But this is the Vintage Collection. Yak Face, really nice. I love the soft goods cape, so to speak. He's got that weapon that's very reminiscent of the Kenner weapon. Great card back. This came back with a 2019, excuse me. And this is VC 132. It came back with a 90 card. Blister got a 90, and the figure got a 95. So really nice. I did take one of these out of the poly bag, just because it is a super hot item. But the rest of these I'm going to keep in the poly bags for now. At some point, I will probably do a walkthrough of each of these with the poly bags off, but just for presentation purposes and in the interest of time, we're going to keep the poly bags on most of these. This is the Luke Skywalker X-Wing palette. This is obviously the re-release that has the new sculpt, but really nice figure. Love that card back, obviously. And this is the 2019 VC 158, I believe that is, and this is card, bubble, or blister, and got a 90, and then the figure got a 90. Overall, 90 score. Really nice. Really nice item. Let's see what else we got here. Next is a Rise of Skywalker. I love the Knights of Ren. I thought that the card back was incredible. Most of these I purchased, as Blacked Out Ewoks had talked about. Big Bad Toy Store and Dorkside Toys here in the U.S. offer collector grade vintage collection figures for about $2 or $3 more. They come shipped in either a really nice protective poly bag and then boxed, or in the case of Dorkside Toys, they come in a figure shield, and they're hand selected from cases to sort through all of the mangled items because of Hasbro's poor packing jobs. But all of these came from that. I got most of these using credit card points. I'm sorry about the lack of focus there. I got all these with credit card points back. Come on. Back during the pandemic. This is VC 155, Knight of Ren. The card and blister got a 90, figure got a 95 again. So, but I love this card back. I think it looks so nice. I love the figure, obviously. So, most of these I had these kind of in boxes. Just kind of waiting for my job to kind of start back up, and so I sent all these off, I guess, I want to say late July, somewhere in there. This is the Sith Jet Trooper. I love this one. I think I have all of the Sith Troopers, all variations, excluding, language card backs, things like that. But this is a great figure. Love that card back. And this is, well, it's covered up. VC 159 is what this one is. And this one came back with a 90 plus. So the blister and the figure got a 95. For a 93.8 overall, but just what an awesome card back. I've got the regular Sith Trooper. I have the Amazon exclusive Armory pack, and then I also believe I have the it's a miss card that'll be coming back soon. So anyway, let's see what else we got. I got another solo Star Wars. This is the Range Trooper. I know a lot of people don't like this one. I personally really like this figure a lot. I think it's a great card back. Look at that card. I mean, that is awesome. I think the figure's great. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people bag on it, but I just think it's an amazing figure. Amazing figure. So, Trooper Frontalier. I can't, Talier. This is 120, VC 128, and he came back with a 95. So this is the highest score of all of them. This one I got from Dorkside in their collector grade batch. But I mean, it's a $17.99 figure that I paid nothing for. And to get a 95 grade, I mean, that's just awesome. So, we're going to do an experiment later. We're going to do an experiment with a sealed case to see what kind of grades we get with those. I have a sealed case of the Anakin, Wicket, Darth Maul, Kenobi. So it comes with 2 of each of those. So that's a sealed case. So I'll get uncirculated grading. So it'll be interesting to see what that comes back with. But this one is not from Dorkside. This is one I bought myself. There are 2 variants to this Luke Dagobah landing. And I found out about this on Jedi Temple Archives, but you can either get it with the dark saber, such as you see here, or a very, very light, transparent blue saber. They're about equally available, so one of them is not more rare than the other one. But this is the dark saber variant. But I found this one on eBay. I certainly paid a lot of money for it, but it's unpunched, and it did come back with a 90 grade overall. It got an 85 figure score, and I've been trying to figure out why. And I don't see anything. The only thing I can think of is maybe, well, I don't see anything to have caused that other than maybe something going on with one of the accessories. They all look like they're in there fine. But for whatever reason, it came back with an 85 figure score. And so I don't know if some of the white has, darkened over time or something, but this is one of the highly sought after Vintage Collection figures. This is from, I believe, 2011. Yeah, 2011 VC44. In the Facebook US Vintage Collection VC group, you have to input what your favorite VC figure is. And the administrators said that far and away, this is the one that is number 1. And this is one I bought based on the recommendation of both Blacked Out Ewoks and Boss Bounty. They both mentioned that this is a pretty high demand figure. And so I've always loved it. I saw the review of it by Blacked Out Ewoks a long time ago, and I loved it. It's a beautiful card back. And then I saw Boss Bounty review it, and I was like, well, I've got to find one of these. And so I did find one that's pretty much perfect and unpunched, just a gorgeous, and it's covered up by the certificate of archival, but a beautiful item. But it came back with a figure score of 85, and so the only thing I can think of is either one of the accessories might be a little bit loose, or the white around one of the either the helmet or on his chest is kind of discolored a little bit, or maybe there's a paint app issue. I don't know, but I don't. Oh, it might be because the saber. I don't know. The saber is mounted that way, so I don't know. I don't know why it got an 85 score. Most of these modern items tend to get 90s or 95s for the figure score, but this one came back with an 85 for whatever reason. I'm not complaining. It's a 90 overall and absolutely gorgeous. Easily one of my favorite vintage collections. I think my favorite is going to be showing to you here in a second. All right, I want to show you this one. This one is gorgeous. This one is a remnant stormtrooper from The Mandalorian. Now, this has been autographed by Michael Bender, who is an actor that was in season 1 of The Mandalorian. He played a stormtrooper. He's a member of the 501st, which is out in California. He does a lot of events, a lot of movies, things like that. But Michael is pretty active on the Facebook group for the Vintage Collection. And so I reached out to him just on a whim, and I said, hey, Michael, I'm happy to pay return shipping. Can I mail you my recently acquired remnant stormtrooper for you to autograph? And he said, absolutely, go right ahead. So I sent it to him. I sent him $20. So, he's in California. It's a pretty long way. And I wanted to make sure it stayed protected and not get damaged in shipping. So I said, here's 20 for the return shipping. He signed it and he sent it back he sent the $20 back. So he didn't even pay for the return shipping. He's a great dude. I really appreciate him signing this, but I went ahead and got this authenticated using the signature series, and James Spence Authentication will authenticate the autograph. Michael is on IMDb, the movie web database, and when you Google, or if you go to Wikipedia, the Star Wars Wikipedia, when you pull up Stormtrooper, Michael's photo is the one that you see. So, he's been doing this a long time, 15 plus years, I believe, as acting as a Stormtrooper. He has his own Stormtrooper gear, but it came back with a 90. Just really, really cool of him to sign this. And it's just something different. I have a really fondness. I have a big fondness now for autographed items. And when he agreed to do it, I just thought it would be really cool to have a signed Mandalorian item. Mandalorian's hot right now, folks. It's hot. So to get a signed Vintage Collection Remnant Stormtrooper, it's just something a little different rather than just getting a standard one. And it looks amazing. I just really appreciate Michael doing that. So thank you again, Michael, for signing that. And it would be an excellent addition to my autograph collection. Okay, as promised, this is the last one, and then I'll be out of your hair. But I took this one out of the poly bag because it is easily one of my pride and joys of my modern Star Wars collection. If you follow me on Instagram, you know exactly what you're looking at here. But this is a factory error miscard of the Mandalorian on a General Lando Calrissian card back. So they reissued the General Lando VC-47, I believe, recently, and for whatever reason, I guess because of the color matches, you know, the blues and grays that you see on the card back. The only thing I can think of is that the factory worker knew nothing about Star Wars and saw the blues and grays of the figure and matched it up with the Lando. So it's a factory error. This is not a custom. I had this authenticated. I paid a lot of money for this item. And in terms of background, this was on eBay. It kind of flew under the radar, luckily. The seller had, several of these. And for whatever reason, this one flew under the radar. This was the first one he listed. I went ahead and got it, and since then he listed two others. They both went for significant. I'm going to move my camera back just a little bit here. The other ones went for significantly more money than what I paid for it, because the cat was out of the bag, so to speak. I do know of one other gentleman in the VC group who found two of these in a sealed case. So that makes 5 of them. There's 5 of them total that are known as of right now. I'm sure there are others. I'm sure there's others out there. I'm not trying to proclaim that there's only 5 of these, period. But this is a really cool factory error that has the Mandalorian, which is super hot, and it's on a Lando card back, and it just looks amazing. It really does, and I'm really happy I bit the bullet. I mean, I paid a ton of money for it, but based on what they've been selling for, and also I do want to say I have gotten some private messages with offers for this item from individuals who saw this in the Facebook group and on Instagram, and the offers have blown me away. Awfully tempting, but I'm not going to do it. I mean, it's just such a cool, unique item that I think that, given that this is the first appearance of the Mandalorian as a figure, and that it's a factory error, I just think long term it's going to be one of those really cool pieces that I would regret getting rid of. But how cool does that look? I came back with a 90 overall, and let me just show you that. A 90 for the card. Blister got a 90, figure got a 95, but really cool. And here's the back of it. So it's the VC-47 for Lando, but they just put the wrong figure inside it. But how cool is that? Really cool. And very excited to have it, and just really cool. So that's all I got for you guys. I just thought you'd like to take a look at these. I know that a lot of people don't really collect modern items, especially graded, but I love the vintage collection. Those guys have gotten me into them, and it's a fun kind of hobby without breaking the bank with some of the vintage Kenner items. And so it's a nice kind of side focus. It's certainly not my main focus, but anyway, that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.